So Marilee and I are sitting here in the breezy evening heat and air. Marilee, have you finished reading Cuba, A Day in the Life by Stan Dodson?
I read the whole thing.
Yeah. So what are some takeaways that you had from this book?
Cubans love to make a special kind of coffee that has a froth on the top.
That's true. I remember.
It's very strong.
Yeah. And Cubans like to take showers. You know, in America, you're either a morning shower person or an evening shower person, like right before bed or right when you wake up. Here in Cuba, they shower kind of about this time. It's about 5 o'clock. It's about 6 o'clock here. They shower right when they get home from work. And one guy even said it was kind of like a baptism, like you're cleansing yourself of the job and now you get to go live your life. So has anything that you read in Stan's book kind of proven true by things we've experienced here thus far? I'm asking that question for myself as well.
Proven true.
We've gotten to meet some of the people from Stan's book.
Yeah, and I think I was surprised in both that there are more Cubans that are very supportive of the revolution.
Yeah, and
so I've seen that actually in people's words.
Yes, we've seen a lot of people who are very supportive of the ideals of there. They don't like that they don't like the economic downturn of the country. They don't like that there's an embargo, but they're very supportive of the ideals of the revolution. Even Christians, some of the pastors that we're about to meet. And to me, I understand it because when you read about communism on paper, everybody shares with everybody else. Everybody's equal. That sounds pretty biblical. It sounds a whole lot like the early church in the book of Acts. So I can see why there are these pastors who are saying this government is trying to live out the faith that I personally ascribe to based on my faith in Jesus Christ, you know? They are both very critical of the United States government, as we saw some in Stan's book, but they're also very gracious to us as Americans. I think we have a really bad reputation.
Well, the pastor was very encouraging today. This doesn't have anything to do with the book, but
That's all right.
She was encouraging today to say that she thought our visit here to the United States after the decision of our government, was actually a prophetic visit.
Yeah. Here on Pentecost Sunday.
On Pentecost Sunday, yeah.
You know, it's hard. I feel like there are so many Christians who syncretize Christians in the United States who syncretize their Christianity with their nationalism, and so capitalism and Christianity become essentially one and the same. And there are people who are doing it here too, where communism and Christianity are kind of the same ideals.
He speaks of a love for the Cuban people, and he definitely has a love for the Cuban people. That's obvious in his book. But he has said in some of our conversations that right now they are here year to year.
Yes.
But their hope is, there is a possibility
that they'll be able to
stay. They'll be able to stay here and claim citizenship.
Yeah.
So, that holds true with what we've seen and what he put in the book.
Yeah, you know, he told me today, because I was asking him about, he mentions in his book that there are some Cubans who, would love democracy, and there's some who are very much on board with the ideals of the revolution, all Christians on both sides of this thing. And he told me today that when they changed the Constitution and had the vote for whether or not they were going to continue to be a socialist state, it was the first time since the revolution that people have had the chance to vote no. So I think that's a really cool thing, and that 87% of them still voted yes. Most people believe that communism is the ideal and that socialism is the way to get to the ideal.
He gives a difference between communism and socialism.
Yeah.
He says they're different.
Yeah. I think the United States has done some really crappy things to the Cuban people. I can reason it out. I can see why I can kind of see both sides of this. I hope that we get to be here as goodwill ambassadors, letting them know that, first of all, that we are not our government, that we are not, that we come in the spirit of unity, in the spirit of Christian community and Christian fellowship. I think we have a lot to learn. Our conference is starting tonight, the conference where we get to meet about 30 other female pastors from around the island who have all come in here for this kind of 3-day seminar. And I hope that this will be a time of unity and fellowship, and of building bridges. So we'll see.